All right. Apparently we have audio now. Okay. Not sure what happened there, but interesting. Hopefully we can get that fixed. Welcome to the Jason Walker Show inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave. We are presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it is your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. We got a big show coming up today. That really bums me out why we didn't have any music playing there on the. Is anything playing right? Nope, nothing. Interesting. All right, well, we may not have music today, or intros or outros. Hopefully we have our interviews. That would be good. We're going to talk to Janice Dean, senior meteorologist at Fox News, and get her thoughts on what's going on in New York with Andrew Cuomo, the governor. Also going to check in with Katie Garcin-Forba, the head coach of the Capital Girls, who are battling for a semifinal game tomorrow after winning yesterday. And the Capital Girls are looking for a berth in the state championship for the second consecutive year. They'll play in the semifinals tomorrow against Billings West. And we will talk to Coach Garcin-Forba coming up a little bit later on here today on the Jason Walker Show. On this day in history coming up, the walk-off, and much, much more still to come. As we're playing with our cameras, trying to get the angles just right, and that one's messed up. So we'll have to fix that during the break, but we'll work on it. Let's see here. State tournaments. Oh, by the way, you can watch live on Facebook and Twitter. You can listen live on Podbean, Network One Sports, Treasure State Radio, and much, much more. Go to jasonwalkershow.com. Our email, jason@jasonwalkershow.com, and our Twitter handle. Is that what it's called? Twitter handle is @jwalkersports on the Twitter. So there you go. All right. Let's see here. We got that taken care of and that. Okay. State tournaments continuing across the state of Montana today, and we'll recap some of them as the boys AA got going yesterday with 4 games. They're playing 4 games today. We know that Capital and Great Falls High won yesterday. Winners last night, Billings Skyview knocked off Butte, and then Sentinel hammered Billings Senior. So it's Capital, Great Falls, Skyview, Sentinel in the semifinals. Coming up tonight at Four Seasons Arena up there in Great Falls. And then loser-out games today, Bozeman beat Glacier 56-43. Butte and Senior battling right now. And for a chance to play in loser-out game on Saturday morning in both CMR and Great Falls, or in CMR and Four Seasons Arena is where the tournaments are taking place. So there's that. Let's see, what else do we got going on? The AA girls yesterday played 2 games, and we know that the Capital girls won. We know that the West girls won, and that sets up tomorrow's big semifinal game. This morning in overtime, Bozeman knocked off Sentinel 48-45, and then Hellgate just blew past Great Falls High 46-27. So you've got semifinal games tomorrow on the girls' side, tonight on the boys' side. And girls' side tomorrow, Capital West, and then Bozeman Hellgate. Easily the best 4 teams in the state this year, arguably. It's loser-out games tomorrow. You have Skyview Glacier and then Sentinel Great Falls playing in loser-out play tomorrow over at or up at Great Falls. In the State B, let's recap the boys' action from yesterday and today. And we can tell you that Manhattan beat Deer Lodge yesterday. Shelby lost big to Thompson Falls. And then Lodgegrass got by Florence Carlton. Not sure who all had tickets for Lodgegrass. If you haven't heard that story, check it out on 406mtsports.com. And then Huntley Project knocked off Fairfield. Today in loser out, Shelby beat Deer Lodge, and Florence Carlton's taking on Fairfield right now. So semifinals tonight, Manhattan against Thompson Falls. That'll be a good one. And a great one following Lodgegrass and Huntley Project. Looking forward to that one tonight at the State B at Metro Park. On the girls' side, yesterday you had Big Timber beating Anaconda, Malta beating Loyola. Eureka fell to Roundup this morning, and Columbus knocked off Fairfield. So Anaconda, Loyola, tomorrow morning and loser out, Eureka, Fairfield. Semifinals tomorrow. You have Big Timber and Malta, and then Roundup and Columbus. good stuff there on the girls' side in Class B. And then finally in Class C action, we'll start with the girls. Ladies first. Yesterday, we told you about the big blowout. Saco Whitewater Hinsdale over Jordan, 66-27. Roy Winifred then upset Sealy Swan, the first loss for Sealy Swan all season. So semifinals tomorrow, Saco Whitewater Hinsdale taking on Roy Winifred, and then Manhattan Christian will face Fort Benton. Each won yesterday. Fort Benton beat Plentywood, and Christian beat Melstone. And then earlier today, Sealy Swan stayed alive with a 30-point win over Jordan. Melstone Plentywood in action right now. On the boys' side, at the state seed, that's at Lockwood, by the way. Both. Scobie hammered Broadus. Manhattan Christian beat Belt. Bridger fell to Twin Bridges, and Fort Benton beat Floyd Lake. So Scobie and Manhattan Christian in one semifinal tomorrow night, and Twin Bridges and Fort Benton in the other on the boys' side as we get into loser outplay and six championships remaining in the spring or winter season. So, all right, there you go. That is that on the side of man. Use your words, Jason. On the side of state basketball. There we go. All right, we can tell you the Bobcat girls lost last night. The ladies. They lost at Boise, taking on Idaho in the semifinals. And so Montana State, which was a 3 seed, losing to the 2 seed. And that's a tough loss for the Bobcats, 80-64. And the Bobcat men are in action right now. They were leading pretty big, and then it got close. We'll give you an update here in a minute. The Grizz men won yesterday. We know the Grizz ladies lost. So right now it is the Grizz men and the Bobcat men remaining, and the Bobcats leading 47-44 with about 10 minutes to go. They were up about a dozen, and Danny Sprinkle got teed up, the head coach, after reading Twitter about the officials at the Big Sky. And this isn't coming from just fans. This is coming from media members. So, you know, it's not necessarily a bunch of stuff being made up by fans complaining about officials. All right, so there you go. Let's see here. You can weigh in. Where were you a year ago? Think back. 1 year ago. We'll give you a timeline. It's when basically everything shut down. And I've got this interesting timeline that basically started at midnight Eastern on March the 11th, a year ago today. Manchester City Arsenal was postponed, that match. And then Rutgers closed its facilities. At noon Eastern, 12:42, the College Basketball Invitational Tournament was canceled. At 1:16 p.m., a year ago today, Major League Baseball was looking at alternate sites for games. Hadn't even started games yet. At 1:50, Columbus Blue Jackets closed their home games to fans. 1:55 Eastern, a year ago today, Tulsa football players quarantined. 2:10, Golden State Warriors closed home games to fans. 2:35, Seattle LA XFL game was to be played without fans. At 2:44 p.m., Ohio governor confirmed the NCAA games in Ohio would be without fans. At 2:58 p.m., the U.S. State Department banned non-essential travel. 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 year ago today. And think about where you were. You can tweet us at JWalkerSports. You can email too. The Ivy League canceled all spring sporting events. 3:11, Penn State closed its athletic facilities to fans. 3:47, Washington would do the same thing. 4:15, the NCAA advises against holding sports events with fans. At 4:30, the NCAA says the NCAA tournament would be played without fans. That was 15 minutes apart last year. At 4:50 Eastern a year ago, Italy shut down commercial activity. At 5:24, Michigan canceled its spring game. At 6 o'clock, a soccer player tested positive for coronavirus. At 6:19, Maryland closed its facilities to fans. 6:33 p.m., San Jose Sharks closed home games to fans. 6:38, the Big Ten closes its men's basketball tournament and all spring sports to fans. 6:40, Big 12 limited men's basketball tournament to teams, 125 tickets, no cheerleaders. At 7:30 a year ago, Oregon and TCU would close its athletic facilities to fans. Boston College did the same thing at 7:43. The ACC closed the men's basketball tournament at 7:58 to fans. At 8 p.m., Nevada and UNLV closed their facilities to fans. 8:40, Jazz Thunder postponed. At 8:49, the American Athletic Conference closed its men's basketball tournament to fans. 8:50, Ohio State canceled its spring game. Pac-12 closed its men's basketball tournament in Vegas to fans at 8:53 p.m. Eastern a year ago. At 9:04, President Trump announced the European travel ban. At 9:11, the SEC closed its tournament to fans. At 9:27, the first big domino fell. Rudy Gobert reportedly test positive for coronavirus. 4 minutes later, at 9:31 p.m. Eastern last year, 1 year ago today, NBA suspended its season. 9:52 p.m., Conference USA closed its tournament to fans. 10:16, Texas closed its facilities to fans. At 10:38, the Pelicans-Kings game was postponed. And the last case of influenza was reported on this date a year ago, jokingly but somewhat serious. At 10:40 p.m. Eastern, Nebraska head coach Fred Hoiberg was taken to the hospital. It would be announced a little bit later that he had influenza A, not COVID. Back to the COVID. The Big East at 10:44 closed Madison Square Garden to fans. Baylor suspended its spring football and recruiting at 10:48. Oklahoma officials arrived to test Jazz players for coronavirus at 11:20. And the WAC men's basketball quarterfinal was postponed due to a medical situation at 11:30 p.m. Eastern. And then everything else started shutting down on the 12th and then the 13th. That was 1 year ago today. Where were you? You can tweet us at JWalkerSports. And are you more or less interested in sports now than you were a year ago? Jason at JasonWalkerShow.com is our email. You can Facebook message us. You can tweet us. You can do whatever you want to get a hold of us. You can even text us or call in 209-1267. It's crazy to think about where we were a year ago today. One of those that was affected was Katie Garcin-Forba and her Capital girls. They were affected on Friday the 13th a year ago when they found out their championship game against Billings West would not be played. They would be called co-champs. When we return here on the Jason Walker Show, Coach Garcin-Forba will join us, and she'll talk about tomorrow's matchup with West. We'll also talk about a lot of other stuff not related to COVID. We're going to have some fun with Katie Garcin-Forba when we return here on the Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it is your vehicle, it is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center on Euclid in Helena.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
All right, welcome back, Jason Walker Show. Still to come, Janice Dean, the senior meteorologist at Fox News. We'll talk a little bit about weather in Montana, hurricane season coming up as well, and a little bit more, including some books. But she's going to be one of the ones that brings down Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, and we're going to talk to her coming up. Also on this day in history is just around the corner, and much more. So the state AA continues up in Great Falls, boys and girls. And a big matchup tomorrow night on the girls' side, as you'll have the Capital girls taking on, Melstone getting blasted. 37-20 by Plentywood down at the State C at Lockwood. Anyway, tomorrow, Capital Girls and Billings West going to do battle. And they were supposed to play for the state championship a year ago. They'll play for a state semifinal and a berth in this year's state championship. And joining us now to talk about it on the Jason Walker Show is the head coach of the Bruins. Her name is Katie Garcin-Forba.
Here we go. All right, Coach, a very impressive first win on Wednesday, and it's almost like the veterans on your team knew what to do and got the job done.
They did. I thought that they did a really good job for us. We didn't panic at halftime. We're down one. We rallied to come back. I think the big thing for us was just being confident in who we are. After we saw what they were going to do just physically against us, thought we were more prepared in the second half. And I thought Mara McGinley really took over in that third quarter and just led us. As a senior, that's what you want.
You do have that veteran team that has been there before, like I said, and Mara, one of them. I mean, all the Barches get all the credit and all the publicity, but it's girls like Mara that are playing low key in the background all season long and still leading the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and you look at, it's Audrey Hofer had a few breakaway layups for us that helped give us some momentum. Jamie Sheridan, I thought, did a fantastic job on Brooke Berry yesterday and made her take more outside shots than she's taken. I mean, she's taken 13 on the season, and yesterday Jamie forced her to take 5 alone. I mean, that's a big stat right there. So, then we had some kids come in off the bench. Parkland Heller and Kayla Almquist just came in and gave us a lift when we needed it in that second quarter when Paige got in a little bit of foul trouble. And, it's definitely a team effort, but our seniors lead us in a lot of ways, and their maturity showed yesterday.
Katie Garcin-Forba joining us, Capital Girls coach. Are you staying there today, or did you come back home so the girls could go to school?
We came back home last night because they got home by like 5:30, 6 o'clock. So it was great. They came home. Coach Riot and I stayed up there and watched the Glacier West game, and then we practiced today and are getting ready to head up to watch the boys game. We still want to give them that state experience a little bit, but we figured if we could let them sleep in their hotel or sleep in their beds tonight or last night,
right,
then be in the hotel tonight. It's tough to try and fill a day when you have nowhere you can take your team except for like out to meals. So figured get them home, get them fixed up a little bit injury wise, and then get ready to go for tomorrow.
Well, that's not a bad thing. Although, like you said, that state tournament experience and being in a hotel, and yeah, it sucks being in a hotel all day, but well, I'm glad that they got at least, they'll get a couple of nights of good sleep up in a hotel room, maybe, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right. Big matchup tomorrow. And it's last year's championship game. You're finally going to get to play it. What are your initial thoughts?
Well, first, I'm glad that you didn't lead with, it's the one we've all been waiting for, because if I hear that again from anybody else, I might scream.
Well,
it's a big one.
Inexperienced media, and that's what
I know.
Yeah, that's what they do.
They're a different team this year. They're a very good team. They're a different team. We're a different team. So, there's a lot of hype around it. I think our girls are excited for it. For us, we knew what we wanted to give ourselves a chance to play in this semifinal game, and we positioned ourselves well to do that. So, obviously, but it's like, it's going to be a fun matchup. I like, his style of coaching. It's going to be a chess match. They've got some good athletes. They've got some size to them. So for us, we just have to, be focused and ready to go tomorrow and have fun and play together and be in attack mode from the start.
Do you like the day off?
There's pros and cons to it. I like it because we were able to come home with our kids because we were close by, but I know we were one of the few that can do that. It's nice to have a little bit more time to look at film on a year where we didn't get to play West or we didn't see them against a common opponent. We've usually been able to see that comparison. So to be able to watch them yesterday against Glacier and then be able to look at them a little bit closer on film and break that down, I think is a benefit. It feels very strange. It felt very strange to get home last night after a quarterfinal win and be like, okay, now we have a day in between. So that's strange. And then just trying to plan things out a little bit. But, I don't know if I have a strong dislike or like either way. Everything's kind of had to be an adjustment this year anyways. So I think there's pros and cons to it. We get a day of rest. We're able to go walk through the day, and then we'll walk through tomorrow. So nice. I don't know. I'll let you know on Saturday if I think I like it or not.
Well, maybe tomorrow. How about that?
I'll let you know tomorrow whether I like it or not.
Yeah, you can text me tomorrow. See,
perfect.
And then, so do you like the 6 day? I mean, this plays in the day off thing. You're just that team that ended up with it, one of the two. But with the 6 games instead of 8, that extra break. As an announcer last week at the State A, I loved it. As a coach, do you enjoy that extra time in between games?
I don't know that I dislike it one way or another. It felt weird kind of sitting there waiting for your game to start, but then you just start your game. So it's like, it's this weird trying to make sure everybody's staggered and everything. I don't know that you don't feel as rushed, that's for sure. And I think I kind of like that feeling of you can get regrouped and you're not as rushed to get your kids out on the court, but it definitely has a different feel. I could see where like media and you guys, and announcers, it's just a lot less, just a lot. I mean, 2 more games is it's a lot of games. So, I can totally see that where that would be a nice change.
It definitely was last week. It was fun. I still did 17 of the 24 games, which was a good thing. Did you watch the State A Girls Championship?
I absolutely did. I knew it was going to be a fun matchup. I really enjoy watching both those programs. I think that, both have really talented players. So it was nice. I tuned in, that's one cool thing about COVID. I mean, I hate to put it that way, but I have tuned into more sporting events than I would have normally on a normal year, like the State A Girls State Championship, like the wrestling, our AA boys wrestling and championship matches. Yep. So that was a heck of a game. Did you call that game?
I did.
Okay. I didn't have the sound on because I never turned the sound on.
What the?
Because we never have announcers.
Oh.
You never called our game.
Well, nobody's asked me to.
It's never synced to NFHS. We're lucky in the AA if the score's actually on NFHS.
Well, I got to tell you, the crew that I worked with last week was amazing, and they came straight from. I mean, they're trained. They knew what they were doing. The camera guy and the guys running everything. So, you guys just get the static camera stuck in the gym, and that's. I mean, it is what it is. But I called it. Now you can go back and listen to it.
I knew I was going to get this exasperated. Like, what? Man. You didn't listen to the sound?
Coach, come on. But, I mean, Maya Hansen and then Yelena Miller, the duel that they had last week was so good. It was just, it was, they're both great players. And, of course, Maya being, I think she committed to Lady Grizz when she was in the womb.
Yes. Yeah.
She's a pretty good player. How would she fit on Capital's team? And don't give me this, I'm happy with our team the way it is.
We'd find a spot for her. No, I think she's a really versatile player. She can shoot the ball. She can attack. She can do a little bit of everything, and that's what I like about her game. So that's, I think any program would be crazy to say, yeah, no, we're good. I mean, you can always find minutes for a player like that for sure. Again, I love my team, and I've said that very openly with who we have, and we've got great chemistry, but she's a good player. So anybody says otherwise is just lying to you.
Hey, besides West, is Bozeman maybe a favorite too, or one of the teams we should look at?
Hellgate.
Well, and Hellgate.
Yep.
Yeah, let's not forget them.
Yep. And Bozeman beat Sentinel in overtime by 3, and they're they can get going. They can catch fire a little bit. They've got Macy Meyer, who committed to Tech, and Gabby Klein had a big game for them today. I think she had 20 when it was all said and done. But I think us, West, Hellgate are
the top 3.
We've been the one through the 3, all season consistently. So
here's a little bit of trivia for you with Macy Meyer. Her dad, Chad, was a year older than me, played at Bozeman. He played on the state championship team that outscored, Adam Leachman outscored Guy Olmquist's team Sentinel in 1992, 18-0 in that first quarter, I think it was. And then just destroyed the Sentinel Spartans and Guy Olmquist's senior year. So Chad was on that. He was a senior on that basketball team that beat Guy Olmquist. Yeah. So now his daughter is playing, and she's pretty good too. So
she's long and athletic. She's a fun player to watch because she's super athletic. She's improved a ton over the last couple of years, and I think she'll do well as a Frontier Conference player.
Absolutely. All right, Katie Garcin-Forba, our guest. Did you go to prom?
I did go to prom. Yeah, I had to think about that one for a minute. We only could go junior and senior year. To the junior-senior prom, unless you got asked by an upperclassman. But yes, I did go to prom, to answer your question. One of them was around a rodeo, so I had to get dressed in the horse trailer. Not even joking.
I don't believe. I do believe that. Yeah, that means yeah. Did you go junior and senior year, or did you go?
I did.
Okay.
Junior and senior year.
Because today is National Promposal Day.
What does that even mean? I heard that on the radio driving in, and I'm like, what does that even mean? Well,
it's will you go to prom with me? It's like, will you marry me?
But why is that a day?
I don't know. Why is anything a day? But they are.
All right, cold cut day is a great example of why is that a day.
Today it's World Kidney Day today too. I don't know why, but it is also National Worship of Tools Day. So worship your tools. Serious. And this is a good one for you. Oatmeal Nut Waffles Day.
It's what? Waffles Day?
Oatmeal Nut Waffles.
What is that? What does that even mean?
I'm guessing some oatmeal and some nuts made into a waffle. I don't know. I don't
know. That's never made it into my diet, so I can't speak on that.
Okay.
Cold cuts and margaritas, yes.
There you go. It's what was it? Meatball Day the other day. Do you like meatballs?
I do like meatballs. Yep. I get down on a good meatball sandwich.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Enjoy the girls. Enjoy the day off. Enjoy the trip back up to the Electric City. Enjoy the sun first and foremost.
Yeah.
I might try to come up this weekend, but I may try to go golf too. So I don't know yet.
I would like to know what is the bigger priority, golfing, or you could go golf in Great Falls and then come watch the state championship game. That's
a really good point.
There you go.
Except the wife's having drinks with a friend on Saturday night, so I can't bring the little one golfing. And to
are you golfing on Friday or are you golfing on Saturday?
Well, I'm going to golf both days, but you said state championship. That's Saturday.
Right.
I could maybe come up to the semifinal. I'll see. I'll let you know. You win tomorrow, and then I'll figure everything out.
Okay, sounds like a plan. We'll hold up our end of the deal.
If you guys win and face, let's say you face a Hellgate or a Bozeman, I mean, that's a good game. Or I'll just watch it without the sound and say, there you go. Hey, say hi to my buddy Rocky Erickson. He's doing all the NFHS announcing over there. So
I will. I listened to him this morning.
I'm done. Okay. I'm going to let you go. Hey, by the way, I still need my shirt or jersey.
I know. I'm working on it.
And I have a t-shirt for you too coming soon. Jason Walker Show.
Perfect.
If you will wear it.
I will. I absolutely will.
Okay. Good luck tomorrow. I appreciate you joining us. Let's talk next week after you win a championship.
That sounds good. Thanks.
That is Katie Garcin-Forba joining us, Capital girls coach. They face West tomorrow night, state semifinal up in Great Falls. It's going to be one heck of a battle between those two teams. And like she said, they're both different teams. Capital's mostly the same. West is a little bit different. And then you got Bozeman and Hellgate in the other semifinal. It's just two great games tomorrow night on the girls' AA side. And it's going to be fun. And good luck to all the teams. See how I do that? My Bozeman High Hawks, I've got to root for them. It's my alma mater. So I got to root for them. And a girl that I've seen grow up, Macy Mayer, her dad, I told the story. Chad, he recruited me to play basketball, and then I got cut because I was too short. And deservedly, I deserved to get cut. I wasn't as good as the guy that they kept. But when the coach says, you can do things better than half the kids out here, but you're too short, come on. I could have been a part of a state championship team. But I got to call a couple for Bozeman, which was fun. Both the boys and the girls. So good times. All right, quick break coming up. This segment, by the way, brought to you by our friends at Ruckers Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. When we return, we are going to check in with Janice Dean. She is the senior meteorologist at Fox News. Will we see a busy hurricane season? We'll talk about that. Also, she's got 3 books and a couple of books out and much more. Plus, she is going to be one of the major players that helps to bring down Governor Andrew Cuomo in New York. And we'll get an update from her next here on The Jason Walker Show.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Ruckers Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Ruckers, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show. I still don't know why that stuff's not playing. Try this. Nope. Oh well, we'll figure it out by tomorrow. Speaking of which, soon we are to have a brand new studio. Major Mortgage Man Cave, we're going to have a brand new one. Now, it's in the same room, but we're going to redo everything. Went and bought a new desk yesterday. Got that taken care of. It's going to look sweet. We're going to have some cabinets. We're going to be able to display more items and hang more pictures and stuff. It's going to be fun. Good stuff. So looking forward to that coming up. On this day in history still to come, and much, much more here on the Jason Walker Show. And now, by the way, is the time to get on the calendar for Nitro Green services for your plants, your pests, your lawn. Get it all taken care of. Get on the schedule now with Nitro Green, proud sponsor of the Jason Walker Show. We use Nitro Green outside the man cave here, and it's awesome. Love working with the gang over at Nitro Green. All right. Got the walk-off coming up, too, and we're going to revisit a picture. Oh, speaking of pictures, well, now it's probably not going to show it. Let's see if I can get this to load. Let me go up now. This? Hey, that works. Don't forget to get your tickets now for the Hall of Fame induction banquet for the Montana Football Hall of Fame. June 26th, down at Billings at the Convention Center and Hotel. Get your tickets at Universal Athletic Stores or universalathletic.com. The players being inducted this year, Ken Amato, Steve Okanowski, Dan Carpenter, Shane Collins, Travis Lulay, along with Victor Lindskog, Brent Musburger, Marty Morningweg, and Bob Beers. Those are all the inductees that will happen at June 26th at this year's Montana Football Hall of Fame. So get your tickets. Go to UAS stores or universalathletic.com. So, and we're going to be down there live with the Jason Walker Show. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's coming up in June. So we got a lot of great things on the way. Plus T-shirts. And if you want a T-shirt, you have to wear it. But we'll have T-shirts, I think, next week. We'll start giving them out, I think. All right. Anyway, our next guest has been on the show before. She joined us in August. She is the senior meteorologist at Fox News with Fox and Friends in New York, and she lost her in-laws about a year ago to, ineptness by the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo. And joining us now to give us an update, also talk a little bit about the hurricane season coming up, and Montana and winter weather in a phrase. Janice Dean joins us now here on the Jason Walker Show.
For you.
Well, I appreciate you coming back on the show, Janice. It's been a few months since we chatted, but a lot of things have happened since August. And for a recap, let's go back to last March, where Governor Cuomo made some weird decisions, and now all of a sudden, there's a lot of people that have passed, including your in-laws.
I can't believe it's been a year. Yeah, we lost my husband's father at the end of March in a nursing home, and then we lost his mother just after Easter in April in her assisted living facility. And so separate elder care facilities, they were supposed to be together. My husband's dementia and a lot of health problems, and we were trying to get him in better health to join Dee, his wife of, it would have been 60 years in February. And it's tragic. I still can't believe it. My husband says that when he drives home from work, that's when he used to talk to his mom every day, and he still feels the urge every day to talk to her.
Man, I just can't imagine. And it's like you said, it's been a year already, and it's so hard to believe. Janice Dean, senior meteorologist of Fox News, joining us here on the Jason Walker Show. There have been some developments, and when you and I spoke in August, Governor Andrew Cuomo was about ready to release his book that made him appear as if he solved coronavirus and took no responsibilities. And now all of a sudden, it looks like it won't be COVID, Janice, bringing him down, but allegations of sexual harassment. But whatever it takes to bring him down, there's a lot of people rallying to get him out of office.
I agree, and I've come to the same conclusion. I don't care what it is that brings him down. The sexual harassment stuff, I'm not surprised about. When you look at him as a person, he's a bully. He wants to be the most powerful guy in the room. And sexual harassment isn't about sex. It's about power. and making these women feel demeaned and small. So it's all part of the same guy that really wants to control everything. And so if he feels like he's out of control right now, he totally deserves it.
And the one thing that has upset me over the last couple of weeks, and I know following you on Twitter, it's definitely a thing too. Whatever brings him down is great, but let's not forget people like your in-laws and the 9,000 to 15,000 other seniors that were lost because of his ineptness.
Correct. And that is something that I bring, I talk about every day, is let's not forget the 15,000 plus elderly that died and those that he tried to cover up. He tried to cover up the numbers. And that was a big, we knew in mid-May that he was not counting those that died in the hospital. The only governor of the only state that would not count those seniors that got COVID in their elder care facilities but died in the hospital, like my mother-in-law. And he kept undercounting the numbers. Even his book, as you mentioned, his celebratory book of himself that he wrote during a pandemic, are lies, based on lies. I actually think that book can be used in a court of law against him. So there is a federal investigation, there is an FBI investigation, and there is a Justice Department investigation into the nursing home issue. And so I'm hoping that justice prevails and we finally do get the answers. So while I know that headline news and all of the cable news channels and those that did not cover the nursing homes, they're sort of leading with the salacious stuff, don't forget the criminal stuff that I think he's guilty of.
No, that's absolutely correct. The senior meteorologist at Fox News, Janice, our guest here, Jason Walker Show. Is there any relief for you in the family yet, or will that come when he's out of office?
Well, we're never going to be able to bring back my husband's parents, but I suppose if we finally get the answers and it's uncovered, that everything we suspected is true, we'll feel, I think, vindicated. But, we lost his precious parents, so nothing's going to bring that back. And we weren't able to have funerals or wakes. We weren't able to see them. So I hope that when this is all over, and I hope it is soon, that we'll be able to celebrate their life in some way.
Let's hope. A lot of people are giving you, Janice, a ton of credit. You've been able to use your position at Fox News as the senior meteorologist to be able to speak out and be a voice for thousands and thousands of parents or people who were in the same position. I can't imagine the weight that's on your shoulders each and every day.
It's tough, even today. It feels like every day it's there. It's this gray cloud, and I'm a mostly sunny gal. It's true. I've always been that way, very optimistic, glass half full. But it does seem like this dark cloud kind of surrounds the atmosphere when I, continue to see him in the news. It's, our grief turned to anger when we saw him kind of getting away with it and celebrating himself. I don't think it's satisfaction at all, actually, seeing him on television and people talking about, how really evil the guy is. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure when it will be okay. It might never be okay.
When you look back a year ago and Donald Trump was our president, and it seemed that Governor Cuomo purposely did not use the Javits Center and purposely did not use the naval vessel that was sent by President Trump as kind of a punishment to Trump. And like, I'm going to prove this guy wrong. And then in the end, 15,000 people died because of it.
Well, that's a question that we've had for many months now, is why he didn't use those facilities. I think that should be part of the investigation. They were so concerned with the fact that they had overflow patients. Where were they going to put them? And they had those facilities. Why were they not used? Is it because he didn't want to use something that Trump gave him? Or is it more of a money exchange? There was no money exchange for people that would go into those facilities because they were run by the government. And I think there's probably both. But, you know, the things that I am seeing, the fact that he didn't rely on science when he put COVID positive patients in a nursing home, and instead looks more like it was hospital lobbyists and nursing homes getting paid double the amount when it comes to their, you know, their elder care, their Medicaid, Medicare, the money exchange. So I think we're looking at a lot of rot underneath the floorboards when it comes to the nursing home industry. And that's not to say that, you know, there weren't a lot of nursing homes saying, we can't take these patients. There's no way, we're not prepared. There were people wearing garbage bags because they didn't have the proper PPE. So it's tough, but I am hopeful that they will be able to uncover some of this more criminal behavior that was going on. And maybe this is sunlight acting as a disinfectant into an industry that has been corrupt for many years.
Yeah, there's no question about that. Janice Dean, our guest here, Jason Walker Show, Fox News senior meteorologist. A year ago, the dude was on TV with his brother on your competitions, you know, the other CNN, joking and laughing and talking about underwear with his mom and all of this stuff. And now all of a sudden, a year later, his brother can't even talk about it, and he's about to go down. It's just amazing how quick a year changed. And really because, Janice, of the sexual harassment allegations, which more and more women come forward. And it's just amazing that whole Me Too movement, nobody's talking about Governor Cuomo now. Where's the celebrities backing him up?
That's a good question. And yeah, if it wasn't for his celebration of himself, and you mentioned the interviews that he would do with his brother on CNN, that was what got me to talk. You know, I wasn't seeing the answers to some of our questions, like why you put infected patients in the nursing homes and why there was a cover up of the numbers. But when I would see him joking on CNN with his brother in that giant cotton swab, that's what made me want to speak out the most, is because my grief turned to rage. And it was literally that one interview where they had that big cotton swab and who's mom's favorite son. The next night I went on Tucker Carlson and told the story. So I'm grateful for his egotistical, psychotic behavior, because that's what got me to talk.
Well, a lot of people are happy that you got to finally were able to speak up. I haven't seen the list of hurricanes named this year, Janice, but I got to believe that Jay and Janice has to be, because you have brought a hurricane to New York, and it's in a good way. And I hope that they're I don't know if is it Janice?
Listen, I enjoy being the forecaster. I enjoy being the one to talk about the storms that are coming up towards the Northeast or across the country. It's very strange for me to be involved in a political storm, one that I hope, is resolved in some way so that I can go back to the job that I really love, and that is covering the weather on Fox and Friends.
Well, it's a good thing. And a lot of people want you to become a governor. Are you going to run for governor?
I don't think so, but, I'll say this. I don't want these career politicians in power anymore. I just feel like they're not doing it for the right reasons. The people that want change, something that has happened to their family, a small business owner that feels compelled to try to do something good with the rest of their life or for a few years, those are the people I want to see in office. I don't want to see these career politicians anymore. I just don't.
Yeah, and that goes for both sides, not just the Dems. Let's talk about something positive, Janice, and that is, the downfall of Andrew Cuomo, which is fantastic. But you've also written some books, and your books actually are meaningful and true. But, well, you know what I'm saying here, but Mostly Sunny, Freddie the Frogcaster, which I have to get for my kid, and and Make Your Own Sunshine, which just came out the other day.
Yes. So the Freddie the Frogcaster book, amazing for teaching kids about weather, and your little 3-year-old, I think, will enjoy the pictures. And then once he gets a little bit older, is he or she?
She.
Once she gets a little bit older, then she'll get into the meteorological terms in there, which, I wanted to write the books to teach kids about weather. So Mostly Sunny was the memoir 2 years ago, and this one, Make Your Own Sunshine, a little bit of an extension of the first book. And it's not about me, it's about other people. And it's about people who bring joy and kindness into other people's lives. And sometimes they are strangers that they help turn their day or life around, quite literally. And I started doing a good news story on the Dean's List for Fox News Radio many years ago, a minute-long good news story that I wanted to turn into a book. So every chapter is a wonderful human being that I think the common thread through the book is challenges that they've gone through, and they realize once they come out on the other side that they want to put goodness and light into the world. And that's what I call making your own sunshine.
I love it because it is a complete opposite of what we've been talking about for the last 10 minutes and really for the last year for New York. All right, give me a quick forecast here. What's coming up for hurricane season? Because it's a big deal.
Wow, getting into hurricanes already. Listen, last year we had the busiest season on record. It beat out 2005, which was the year of Katrina, when we went to the Greek alphabet. Last year, we went into the Greek alphabet and even surpassed what 2005 brought in terms of named storms. My hunch is it's going to be a quieter year. Now, that's not based on anything except a hunch and me covering storms for almost 20 years now. But you know what? It only takes one bad storm to make it somebody's, worst year. So I would just say as we get into those seasons, getting to the spring and the summer and the fall, that, you are just prepared. That's my whole mantra, especially with the Freddie books, is be prepared.
I like it.
It's better to fix the roof when it's sunny out than when it's raining. So
that's very true. Okay, up here in Montana, are we going to be able to golf early this spring when it starts, or are we going to get hammered with some snow coming up and cold?
Well, I mean, listen, you're kind of in line for some of those Pacific storms that are coming in, and it's been quite active. I would say that we've got probably a few more weeks of wintry weather, just like the groundhog. But maybe in between that, some days of what's yet to come.
Okay, that brings up a point, Janice. And I'm not a meteorologist. I used to do weather on TV at a local TV station. I loved it, the hand movements and all of that stuff, it's like modeling. It's awesome. But it was a hand model and pointing out temperatures. It's radio with pictures. That's what my friend weatherman said. Anyway, here's the thing. In Montana, can we stop saying winter weather in April or September or October? Like, it's literally not. It might be winter-like, but it's not summer weather in spring. It's literally spring weather.
That is a very good point, and I will be more cognizant of that the next time I'm on television. If we're not in winter, I will not say winter weather.
I mean, winter-like is okay.
Wintry weather?
I like it. That's okay. I can go with that. I could be on board with that. But you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's literally only winter for a certain amount of month or time.
Very good point.
So if we get snow in New York on March 23rd, it's still spring.
You're right. You are correct.
Hey, you are an amazing lady. You're a mom, a wife. You've done amazing things in your career, but especially this last year. And you should be commended. And I know you don't want the praise, but you've helped so many people through this last year. And I hope at the end of the day you can, like you said, your in-laws are not going to be brought back, but at the end of the day, some good will come of this because of what you've done.
Well, I appreciate that. And, I've always said I've had the angels on my side, and that's what really gives me strength every day. So I appreciate that. I thank you for giving me the platform and following the story. And, here's to better things and better weather ahead of us.
I appreciate it, Janice, and you take care.
Thank you, my friend.
Janice Dean joining us on the Jason Walker Show. And we had some lighthearted moments there, but yeah, it's I can't imagine what her and her family have gone through among 15,000 others in New York, and then multiple ones in Michigan and other states, dealing with the COVID and inept governors across those states. All right, let's do On This Day in History. And I wonder why that won't play. That plays, but crazy. Can't get music. Oh, did you see Dak Prescott, by the way? The other day, signing his, remember that? When he broke his ankle? Yeah, that was pretty nasty looking. He's got he's a rich man now. 4 years, 160 million, like 126 million guaranteed. Did you see that? Dude should have got paid a while ago, but give Jerry Jones credit for finally getting it done. All right, today is March the 11th. On this day, brought to you by Big Sky Printwear. We print what you wear. Over 35 years of experience, and they're going to be getting us Jason Walker Show t-shirts coming up, I think, next week. So if you want one, you're going to have to listen to the show. And you're going to have to become a dedicated listener to the show. Like, I'm not just going to hand these out willy-nilly. You have to want a Jason Walker Show t-shirt from Big Sky Printwear. We print what you wear. It is Johnny Appleseed Day. It is Oatmeal Nut Waffles Day. No idea what that is. Neither does Katie Garcin-Forba. It is Promposal Day. I never went to prom, so I asked one girl twice, and she said no both times. Worship of Tools Day. It is Funeral Director and Mortician Recognition Day. It is World Kidney Day as well. And on this date in 1892, the first public basketball game was played in Springfield, Massachusetts. 1901, Cincinnati Enquirer reports that Baltimore manager John McGraw signed Cherokee Indian Tucahoma, who was really black second baseman Charlie Grant. So Charlie Grant, arguably the first African-American in Major League Baseball. 1927, the first Golden Gloves boxing tournament was held. 1979, Randy Hold received 67 minutes of penalties in a 60-minute NHL hockey game. 1986, instant replay was adopted in the NFL. And 1 year ago today, Rudy Gobert tested positive for COVID-19, shutting down the entire NBA season until the summer. Happy birthday, Becky Hammon, 1977, born in Rapid City, South Dakota, first female coach of an NBA team. Let's see here. A couple of deaths. Alexander Fleming died on this date, Scottish bacteriologist. A lot of college dudes have this guy to thank. He invented penicillin, but he died on this date in 1955, as did Oscar Mayer, the American meat packer, Bavarian-born. On this date in 1918, the U.S. Army mess cook Private Albert Gitchell in 1918 at Fort Riley, Kansas, where my son just left. In 1918 became the first documented case of Spanish flu and the start of the worldwide pandemic that killed more than 100 million. How about that? That was a while ago. Let's see here. Can I get to this now? Nope. I don't know why in the heck that's not playing. Oh, well. All right. It's time for the walk-off. What did we learn? What did we miss? I don't have the big voice guy's voice, so... the Big Sky in Boise signed a 5-year extension to keep the tournament in Boise, the men's and the women's basketball tournaments. By the way, the Bobcat men just won, and they'll be in the semifinals for the first time since 2009. I think they won their first tournament game since 2009. But congratulations to Danny Sprinkle and the guys. The Grizz men still alive. They play Weber State, I believe, tonight. So for a chance to go to the semifinals. Let's see here. Oh, last night. Natalie Klinker had a double-double, like 19 points, 11 rebounds to lead the Idaho women past the Montana State women. And that reminds me of this from a headline of a Moscow, Idaho newspaper from a year ago. And now it won't play. Are you kidding me? Oh, there it is. Here we go. Hold on. Klinker sisters, double D's. That was the headline in a newspaper last year, Lewiston, Idaho newspaper, by the way. The Clinker sisters have double Ds, and that was just a bad headline. However, it was talking about double doubles, not that what you think. So there you go. I still can't believe that was allowed by the newspaper people. Yep, that's not going to play either. All right. Let's just do this then. Big thanks today for joining us, Janice Dean. Also, Katie Garcin-Forba. If you've missed anything, go to jasonwalkershow.com. You can check out any of our previous shows, including this one. Might be here tomorrow. Might be on a golf course. I don't know. I am going curling tomorrow, though. I am going to curl, and we'll have that story a little bit later on as well. Yes, legit curling. Looking forward to that. Good luck to the teams that are still alive at state. Don't forget Capital boys in the semifinals, Capital girls in the semifinals. Locally here, you've got other great teams in action. The Butte boys just beat Senior by 1, held them off up there at Great Falls. So good luck to the AA, the B, and the C team still playing. We'll do this again tomorrow here on the Jason Walker Show. We don't have the big voice guy, so I'll just say we'll see you next time right here, Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center.